Hey everybody, it's Wes from Printful. I'm here with Hannah.
Hello.
On our design services team, and we're going to talk about some design trends. So Hannah, with the holiday season fast approaching, I wanted to talk to you about different trends that you see going on in the design world, because it might be really useful to our customers to try and do things like it to try and boost their sales for the holiday season.
So one of the first trends that we've been seeing is hand-drawn illustration, and that's actually something that isn't so much a trend, but it's just something that you'll see is very popular, because when it really comes down to it, good design is good design.
Okay. Cool. Well, what's the first image you have to show us?
Yeah, so this is one of the images that I found, and I thought it was a very good example. It's mainly line work and solid color, and the color scheme is very minimal as well. And the shapes of the characters are very distinct, almost geometric, but with a slight curve in them. And it has a very playful feel in it.
In which this is all hand-drawn stuff?
Drawn by hand through a digital program.
Okay, so what's kind of the next trend that you see going on out there?
Well, one of the other trends that we've been seeing is this sort of double exposure effect. So this is actually a good example of that, two photographs. And you can see that the, I guess the scenery of the mountain range is within the silhouette. It would more likely be suitable for a canvas or like a cut and sew sublimation type of print because of the background and because all the detail is right there. And this actually would not be suitable for DTG because of the semi-transparent areas around. So one of the other design trends that we have been seeing is text-related graphics and typography design. You can never go wrong with graphic typography. I mean, it's visually appealing, it catches the eye, and if you use minimal colors, but colors with a lot of contrast, then they'll definitely pop. And so this is a really good example, I feel, of that, but also in the form of a detailed logo in a way. And I also use this one because there are many cases where we get type designs that were specifically created for DTG print. But then the request is that we make it suitable for embroidery.
Right.
And so sometimes there's a lot of adjustments that have to be made because the specifications and guidelines for embroidery are just completely different from DTG, and there's so many more measurements that you have to take into consideration. So for something like this, although it is a highly detailed typographical design, it's something that would not be impossible. You would have to take out all the circular elements around the text, the outlines, the black outline, the orange outline, the yellow outline. You would have to take out that solid color behind all the text. And then as for the little detailed lines that are written around the text, you would have to completely make that into the same blue as the rest of the text.
Okay.
And then any other details like these little cuts where the F and the Y are that show there's a sort of shadow and showing depth, you would have to completely fill that in with color as well.
Cool.
And from there, you would then adjust the thickness of each of the letters to make sure that it's suitable, and then you would also adjust the spacing as well.
Okay.
This is another example of, or this is more of an example of type and image put together, but I also brought this in more so because of the texture that you see over the text and the image. And we have gotten some requests before from clients who have asked about having a sort of texture placed over their design.
Yeah.
In the case of something like this, you can see that some of that text it looks like it fades into nothing.
Right.
And when that happens, most of the time that means that there are semi-transparent elements in the design. And that's actually something that would be unsuitable for print.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, there is a way to make all of this graphic completely solid and still have that sort of texture in it, but just to be aware that when you are creating graphics for print and specifically for DTG print, avoid trying to fade your graphic, I guess, into the shirt, as we often say, I guess.
Okay, well, thank you for showing us those images. They're really cool. What are some common mistakes that people make, / how can we avoid kind of simple mistakes that you see people do?
Well, one of them would be the file format. When it comes to the files that we accept for print, we accept PNG and EPS vector files. And we've certainly received many different types of files, from a layered Photoshop file to a GIF file.
Yeah.
So for the most part, we would recommend that all of our clients submit PNG files or EPS files. One of the other things would be to make sure that the dimensions of your graphic is accurate to the product that you plan on creating. And this is all something that we provide on our Printful website. You would have to select the precise product that you plan on creating, and then you select the print file guidelines tab where it has just all the information. It has the exact dimension information. It even has free to download templates that you can use in Photoshop or Illustrator, or I guess whatever program you are using in order to create your graphics. For the most part, they are in 150 DPI, and that's the minimum of what we accept. Another common mistake that we find is that we do receive PNG files, but the PNG files still have a completely solid background. And well, I mean, that's supposed to be the glory of the PNG file, is that you can save a PNG within Photoshop or even in Illustrator, but you can save it without the background.
Okay, you mentioned Photoshop and Illustrator, and so that might be like a little overwhelming for some people that are trying to work with creating their own designs.
Understandable.
So what are some kind of basic, simple things that someone might be able to do if they're trying to create like just a nice graphic to put up for the holiday season to try and sell?
Well, one easy way would be to actually create your graphics through our mockup and print file generator. We have some really cool, now holiday themed emojis up in the mockup generator, along with some ugly sweater, or I guess ugly holiday sweater graphics there as well that you can use if you want to create just, I guess, graphics of your own on your own shirt and sweater and hoodie products.
Yeah, and all that's good to go as far as the way it's going to print out, and you want to make something real quick, you can do that there.
Yeah, absolutely. It meets all our guidelines.
And you're also on our design services team that can be commissioned to create custom designs for people. So how can someone get in touch with you and the rest of the team?
Easy. You could just visit the Printful website, click on the resources tab, and select services. We're there and they're designed.
Cool, excellent. And what all can you guys do? Everything?
Everything. And with that, I say it with all caps, typography design. But yeah, we really do. I mean, we really do everything. Logo design, DTG graphics, just any graphics that you would need for any of the products that we provide on our Printful website, along with any graphics for any other products that you would want, that you are planning on actually getting created in other companies as well, just as long as, if they are products that we don't actually offer, as long as you have the exact design templates for them, you can send that to us and we can create your graphics for you as well. Hey Wes?
Yes.
Is it worth it to reuse designs, even if it's sold well? I guess in people's stores.
Right, like something that was a big hit for you last season. Yeah, why not? I mean, if it was popular, you can always bring it back. And we always have new products, like we just launched Champion hoodies. So like that's a new product we didn't have last year that we have this year. And so if it was a really popular design, maybe that product got worn out since last year and the customer wants a new one and now it's on a new product as well. So it might actually help you make more sales that way. And you can also do like limited runs, you know, so, you know, this is back out of the vault for a limited time.
Right,
you remember
exactly.
this?
Yeah.
So that stuff like that, it adds like a sense of urgency to your product. It gives people a reason to purchase in a specific time frame that they need to make the purchase in. So that always helps just with your sales in general. And yeah, of course, even if you had like a really popular summer design that was on like a t-shirt, then yeah, slap it on a sweatshirt, or if it's embroidery, put it on a beanie, and just helps your store look fresh as you're transitioning with the seasons as they come up.
Absolutely, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Give the customer what they want.
Yeah. Well, Hannah, thank you so much for sitting down with us and talking about all this design stuff. Again, if you need any help from Hannah and the design team, you can reach out to them through the resources tab on our website. Just click resources, services, and design. For more really great and helpful content like this, make sure to subscribe to our blog and our YouTube channel so that way you're never missing any of the latest content that we have. Hey there, it's Wes from Printful. I hope you liked that video. Leave us a comment below on what video you'd like for us to make. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on that bell icon so that way you always get a notification when we have a new video.